back. I wasn't supposed to do that.
That's
okay.
okay.
Well, hi.
I'm Sue.
I'm Michael, and this is A Close-Knit Family. What day is it today? It's Thursday, May 21st, 2020. This is Season 3, Episode 2. We are a knitcast coming to you from Armstrong in the North Okanagan region of British Columbia, Canada, following our yarn and knitting addiction.
That's it. That's what it's doing. I got my hair did
You got
today.
your hair did today. I need to get in contact with my hairdresser.
Pay no attention to the finger. Well, they're just, never mind. They desperately need to be done. That's the deal with the fingernails.
Yeah.
And if you're new and don't know, I am a gel nail tech and I do my own nails.
Yes, right. And I just realized we have the camera set up on the table, which means every time we touch, we bump the table.
Okay, don't.
Although this table's a little more sturdy than our other table. I have a thing digging into me.
And again, for our longer time viewers, you might notice that we're not in our usual spot.
No, even if you just viewed last episode, or the episode before that, we're not in our usual spot.
And that's because with the working at home,
Yes.
Lloyd is now working where we would normally be recording.
Yes.
So we're trying to figure out the best spot to do our recording from.
Pretty happy with this spot right now, but...
This is Playa del Carmen.
Playa del Carmen in Mexico.
In Mexico. Long time ago.
Yep.
But we like the pictures.
Yeah.
Okay!
Yarn.
So, Yarnquisition.
Yarnquisitions. Well, we just actually got back from the yarn store.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did, because I am going to be casting on the Montrealer.
Let me get it up here while you talk.
I picked up some yarn. Well, so the Montrealer is a sweater cardigan with a little kangaroo pocket.
Yeah, it's a hoodie.
Yep. And
designs by Dells.
Designed by Dells. It has a little contrast. It's a striped sweater, and it has one contrast stripe along the top, and that's actually where we started. And I pulled out this yarn that I have had since Knit City 2018. This is Stormwind from Black Cat Yarns. It is 100% superwash merino in their worsted weight. Yeah, and it's been sitting in my collection for a while now, and I've been looking for something to do with it. And I think it'll make a perfect contrast stripe for the sweater that Mum is working on getting up now. There it is. So yeah, you can see that one little, it's pink in this one, but that in this color. So it's a little bit variegated.
A little bit of interest.
And the main color I picked, well, for my other yarns, it happened that Mum's favorite, Juniper Moon Farm Santa Cruz Organic Merino, had this color.
A nice gray.
A nice gray to go with that. And so that'll be the main color. And it'll also have this
and those will be the other stripes.
Off-white for the other stripes.
Kind of an oatmeal-y color.
Yeah, oatmeal. They call it Alabaster, number 106. And this is Smoked
yeah.
number 102.
Yeah, so here, let's come get back up there for a better...
Get the group together.
Better look. Anyway, I think that is going to look sharp.
I think so too. I've actually sent it to a couple of my friends now, and they're all...
So if we go back to here...
So yeah, the one pink color band in the variegated wool, the two lighter bands in the lighter wool.
I don't know if you could see that or not because our monitor stopped showing us what we're showing you.
It'll come back.
It will, yeah.
Alright.
So yeah, that's super nice. So yeah, designs by Dells, the Montrealer. So it's got, it's a hoodie, it's got a little kangaroo pocket. It's like the perfect thing for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Alright, and our monitor's not coming back, so we're just gonna stop for a second. Alright, and we're back.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Although that was merely a moment for you guys.
But and that would move us on to faux finished objects.
If we had any.
But we don't.
We
had lots last week.
Totally, but that's because we had like a month between episodes.
Yeah. So, you know, if you really feel like you need to see finished objects, check out episode 1 of season 3. There were lots of faux.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in that case, whips! Works in progress.
Work in progress. What are you working on?
Oh, me first.
Sure.
So, well, where to start? Okay, I'll start with this one because I'm super excited about it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
So I am working with the pattern by Caitlin Hunter called Ghost Horses, but I'm not making the pattern
Yep.
by Caitlin Hunter
Called Ghost Horses.
So this is what I'm working on.
Yeah.
So the color work is from her pattern Ghost Horses.
Yeah.
But when I was knitting my swatch, which has disappeared.
Apparently, yeah. I think Melissa took it home. I don't know. I'm joking.
Oh.
Oh no, but it wasn't here for that.
No, because I couldn't find it that day.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I decided I wanted to do is I was knitting my, little in the round swatch. I realized that would make, and I was feeling how thick it was with the color work, and I thought this would be a great poncho. And even if it was just like a short poncho or like just a shoulder cover kind of thing. And I had this Shibui yarn that I had picked up from a yarn sale locally. And I'd been hanging on to it. I wanted to find the perfect thing for it. And I wanted it to be for me because even though I didn't pay like top dollar for it.
Yeah.
Because I got it on sale. It's just a really, really nice yarn. And so anyway, so I've got this Shibui, which is just a smidge on the light side for weight. So hold it with mohair. So yeah, I don't have the ball band, but this is all actually stash diving, which makes me so happy.
Clearing out that stash.
So a while back, my good friend from Happy Homes, I gotta get this out. Happy Homes Fiber Arts sent me this beautiful, and she's a BC dyer, Cranbrook.
Yep.
Sent me this gorgeous skein of yarn and said, can't wait to see what you do with it. And that was like 2 years ago. And I had this skein of yarn, which is an Ancient Arts yarn.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. This one is called Ivy League.
Yep.
This one is called, it's got something to do with orcas. Orcas. Mystery name. Where the heck? Oh, Whales in the Water from Ancient Arts Yarns. And I had the Whales in the Water I had already in my stash. Or before this one came from Happy Homes Fiber Arts. And I know, like, just sort of looking at them, that looks very different. But the greens and the blues that are in both of these yarns are exactly the same. So they actually do a really nice fade. So I would need, for Ghost Horses, I would have needed 2 skeins of this, but I was like, no, I can make it work with both of those. And this mohair was mohair I got for that long feathery coat. Not feathery, leaf coat. The long leaf coat that I did by Kay Facet.
Yeah.
So this is just all really stash diving. Now to give you an idea, I'm going to try to find a good spot here because I started just sort of sprinkling in the orcas, and I'm hoping I can get this. But so for the there's like 2 rows.
Oh yeah.
Where I've sprinkled in the whales in the water.
Yeah.
And you can just see it's a little bit of a darker blue, just little pops. It's really hard to tell. And even here, it's really hard to tell. So I'm just going to sort of sprinkle those in a little bit here and there. And then further down, I'll work into more of a fading between the two colors when I start to run out. But
nice.
Anyway, it's so soft.
It is very soft. It is.
Oh. And I have to admit, I was always, because Shibui, okay, it is. It's a pricier yarn. It's just the way it is. It's a pricier yarn. And I've always sort of been like, why, right?
Yeah.
I sort of have this like yarn is yarn kind of thing. But holy crap. So I did this, I just did a fold over for the neck hole at the top. It is so, it's a extra fine merino.
Yep.
It feels like cashmere.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like cashmere. It is amazing. And then it's double with the mohair through the rest of this. It's, I think I'm going to put this thing on and I'm just going to like roll around it when I'm finished, because it's going to be pretty amazing. But anyway, so that's something that I'm kind of following Caitlin Hunter's Ghost Horses for the color work, but I'm also making up a pattern to go along with it.
Okay. Caitlin Hunter, what else has she done?
Soldotna.
Soldotna, right.
And Novelli.
Right, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
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 So I am continuing work on some socks that I mentioned last week as sort of just a, I don't know, I don't want to call it a dumb knit, but a
mindless.
A mindless knit. There we go. Yeah, using, so I'm sort of halfway in the middle of a row right now, but that's okay. So these are my two socks. They are used 2 at a time using Because Mom Told Me To, a free pattern that you can download from Ravelry.
More of a recipe.
Recipe, yes. Using the Magpie colorway. Is this the one with the ball band? Oh, there's something in there. Oh, there's a stitch marker in there. Cool. Magpie color band.
The things.
Colorway.
The things you pull out of your yarn.
The toe was just a black Drops Fable yarn. It's Magpie yarn by Hedgehog Fibers.
Yeah.
Sock yarn.
Does it say where she's from?
Made in Ireland.
Ooh. Oh, interesting. I thought. See, I'm so bad because everything past the Rockies is
Calgary.
Is Calgary.
Yeah.
So apparently Ireland is also somewhere in Alberta.
Yeah. All right.
Just ask me. I'll tell you.
Alrighty.
Everything over there. Okay, so the other thing. Oh shoot!
Oh shoot!
I meant to bring the book.
Oh shoot! Maybe I can go grab it.
Okay.
You start talking. I go grab it.
Last week I was showing you Emma, which was one of the Toft Edwards Menagerie aminals that I was making. She was a little bunny, and now I am making an elephant, and this is crocheted.
Yes.
I just need to do the feet, and yes, this is Bridget who is coming together
Bridget
now.
the elephant. Yeah.
And when I was showing my girls that I knit online with, my Knit Night girls, and I'm holding it up, I'm going, yeah, guess what I'm making? Why are you holding up a penis? It looks like a sperm. I'm like, it goes like that.
Yeah. Now, okay, here's a question I have regarding crochet, and this is more directed at our audience. But so this is her beginning of round, and see how it kind of spirals up? I'm wondering if that's normal, because, as we will reveal in a moment, I'm having the same problem.
And this is what my other one, where I tried to make it straight, I faked it. I faked it to try to make it straight. Yeah,
is that indicative of something that we could be correcting, or is that just it's how it goes?
Because I wasn't worried about it on the end of the trunk.
Yeah.
I've pulled my marker up, but I would have had a similar kind of, okay, I'm trying to straighten it out as I go,
Yeah.
happening on the bottom part of that.
Yeah.
So that it was Bridget from Edward's Menagerie.
Mm-hmm. And this is going to be Piotr from Edward's Menagerie. He's a polar bear, but I've decided to make him blue because that is the yarn I happen to have. This is left over from my temperature scarf, which I never completed and I don't think I ever will.
There's Piotr. So.
Yeah, Piotr. Piotr the polar bear. Yeah, I figured, you know what, this is easy enough. I'll try my hand at crochet.
Well, yeah, because whoops, sorry, I knocked the camera. You'd never done crochet before.
Yeah.
So we sat down and I showed you how to do it.
Yep.
And what do you think? I mean, but you got it sort of cast on like 3 or 4 times.
Yep, and I've pulled out these last couple rows 3 or 4 times. I'm enjoying it. It's less stressful than knitting because you only have one live stitch.
You got the one stitch, and if you go, oh man, this round is wrong.
This round blows. It's easy to pull it back,
and it doesn't take long to hook back up. I don't know what the appropriate term is for that.
You just stick your hook in the stitch, in the one live stitch.
In the one live stitch.
So this is still working on the basic body.
Yeah.
This will be the bottom of it. As I said, I've ripped it out and done it. And
Mike's never held a crochet hook before this.
And apparently I hold it weird.
You do?
Well, yes, because I hold it like I'm knitting, but I throw the yarn around correctly for crochet. So I do. Here, let me show you. I do.
So you're keeping you're holding the yarn in your right hand.
Yeah, I hold it like this, which is what you would do for knitting, except that. Oh, where am I? Uh-oh. Which stitch? Oh, I'm holding it backwards. There we go. So yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah.
And for me, that's a lot easier.
Yeah. And
I don't know if that was what that stitch was supposed to be, so I'm just gonna.
Well, all the stitches are the same.
Well, yeah, but it could be. I think I'm on the first decrease row.
But so it's all single crochet.
Yep.
And with some increases and decreases and so they're really, if you're just sort of like crochet, and if you tried to like crochet something square because you're trying to learn how to crochet. This is great because it's not square.
It's not square, yeah.
And the line goes like that.
Yeah, and for some reason my beginning of round goes sort of on a little bit of a diagonal.
And it's not because we're counting wrong.
No, at least I hope I'm not counting.
Well, no, because you come back to the string, and you've done your however many stitches.
Yeah.
You put your yarn over and you go around and you do however many stitches again.
Yeah.
And like it lines up.
Yeah.
But it does go over that way. So if someone has some magic information about that, that would be great. Have you tried crochet? Are you a crocheter? Are there projects that you like to crochet? Have you never picked up crochet?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do like a aminal knit along.
Maybe.
Would you be into a aminal knit? Okay, animal. I know I've said weird things before, and people are like, "What are you talking about?" Animal, or toy, or doll, or stuffy, stuffy. A stuffy knit along.
Yeah.
Comment below.
Yeah.
If you would like to see us do a stuffy knit along. And so Emma, my little rabbit from last week, who I did finish, I got the face on and stuff, I gave him to a most adorable little boy earlier this week. So I know. And where did I put it? Because I brought it. I guess I didn't bring it.
Is that bag behind you?
Yes, it is. See? I knew I brought it. So last week, I haven't done a lot of work on my entrelac blanket. But what I forgot to mention when I was talking about this last week was that I taught myself how to knit backwards. So, if you've ever done entrelac, you'll totally understand what I'm talking about. And if you haven't done entrelac, I'm about to give you a little bit of a lesson. So, with entrelac, you work on like 10 stitches at a time. And you do the 10 stitches back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until you finish that section, and then you move on to your next section. You pick up 10 stitches and you're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So that's fine, but it means that you're going along, and then you turn, and you go back, and then you turn. And it's not that big a deal. But when this gets bigger...
Yeah.
It gets heavier,
yeah.
And it's harder to do that.
Yeah.
And so I taught myself to knit backwards. And it just, or did I say all this last week already?
Nope. I remember you specifically saying, oh, I didn't talk about.
And so, anyway, all I did was I kind of went, okay, so if I'm knitting, I go into the stitch this way.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing that backwards, I want to go into the stitch that way.
Yeah.
And then the thing I struggled with a few times was wrapping the yarn the right way around, making sure I was wrapping the yarn counterclockwise. And it's really obvious when you don't do that because your stitch doesn't sit the right way around.
Yep.
And anyway, so yeah, so doing that just means that I just go and I'm not having to flip all my work around all over the place. And yeah, I can knit backwards.
Yay!
And that also means no purling. I know a lot of people don't like purling. Mm-hmm. Now, I did not look up a video. I just sort of looked at it and it made sense to me. But I'm sure if you're interested in sort of looking into that, I'm sure you will find if you do a search on, YouTube for, or whatever, how to knit backwards, there's probably tons of videos out there. But it really is, it's not, I'm just going to give you an idea, like, okay, that one gets slipped because that's the first stitch. But yeah, it's just like that. Like it's not, there's no magic.
Nope.
There's no,
yeah, it's just making sure that the loop gets thrown in the right direction.
Yeah. And you're kind of picking I'm picking the stitch up at the back of the work instead of at the front.
Yeah. And
sticking the left needle in instead of the right. So anyway, something to consider if you're really not if you're not a fan of purling, and if that's one reason you don't like doing stockinette stitch, or if you're working on a project where you're going back and forth, something to consider.
Yeah.
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 All right. So, Mike, what do you bring to the table?
Oh, I bring to the table a game from that someone one of my friends just sent to me. They were like, I had fun with this game. You know who else would have fun with this game? Michael would have fun with this game. And that is a game called, with beautiful box art, Wavelength. Wavelength is a party game for between 2 and 12 or more players, where you're trying to communicate where something lies on where. Okay, it has this little thing in it, which I pulled out specifically so that I could show you. And behind this neat little slider is the zone that can be moved, and it also has a little dial. So the goal of your team, you'll be given a spectrum. It could be something like
dirty, not dirty.
Dirty, not dirty. Or controversial opinion, uncontroversial opinion. Action movie, adventure movie. Something like that. And one person will have spun this around a whole bunch of times without being able to see it. Spin it around, flip it over. Okay, there's where I am trying to get my team to guess. Then you close it up and you give them a clue. And you want them to place this dial right where the zone was.
Right.
So that hopefully when you do this, it's right in the zone. And even though I knew where the zone was, I was slightly off, but that was okay. And yeah, it's you. So we had
we played this for like three or four hours without even realizing the time had gone by.
And yeah, and you can play this for points. There is a scoring system that you're supposed to do. You don't have to do that. We just had fun passing it around. And okay, your spectrum is good actor, bad actor.
Yeah, messy to eat, not messy to eat. And you know, hamburger.
Underappreciated letter of the alphabet?
Yes!
Overappreciated letter of the alphabet.
That was my very first one.
And you got it bang on.
And I said K,
you said it
wherever it was, yeah.
I think you said it was slightly underappreciated, was where you were trying to get it. And
yeah.
And we got it bang on.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you even place those on a spectrum? Underappreciated letter of the alphabet, overappreciated letter of the alphabet. What?
Yeah.
There are hundreds of those in here.
Yeah.
And there are advanced cards, which I didn't even break out the other night.
And you don't. We kept sort of sticking ourselves to like one-word answers.
You don't have to.
And you don't have to.
No, you can. There are a couple hard rules.
It was tons of fun.
It was great.
It was tons of fun.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, and
now we're going to backtrack just a smidgen.
Yes, because last week I mentioned that I finished the hat that I started and finished the hat that I was going to give to Robin, and I finally got some photos. So here they are.
Yeah, so that's Robin. Kind of a faux finished object.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super cute hat. I love it.
Absolutely, yeah.
So neat. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things, when we were playing, we're going to just sort of chit-chat now for a minute. When we were playing Wavelength, we were playing with some friends. Now, social distancing. They had a thing going on in our community, which for the long weekend, which was camp in your backyard and send in pictures and stuff. And I was like, you know... So we have some friends, and they've got little kids, and sometimes, you know, they come over to visit us, but then they have to get home, and it's, you know, and then, okay, it's nice to have a couple drinks sometimes. Yep. You know, it's not life, but it's nice to do that sometimes.
Don't know if Mike will be back from work in time to drive you home. Or if we should just send him home walking.
Yeah. Or, you know, one person can't drink because they're driving. Yeah. So anyway, so we did camping in the backyard, but it was in our driveway. And so what we were able to do was to say, okay, you guys, you have our trailer.
Yeah.
And you guys sort of stay on that side of the line.
Yeah.
And that space is yours, and the dog can go in our yard, and the kids can, you know, do their thing. And then we had a campfire, and then we stayed on this side of the line. Yeah. And we had the big tent.
Yeah. The big tent with its own kitchen and downstairs.
Yeah. And that was the other thing, though. We did say, okay, now you guys, we will not use the upstairs bathroom. I cleaned it, and I said, you guys can have the upstairs bathroom. We'll use the downstairs bathroom. Yeah. And anyway, it worked out really, really well. It was good. So good to be able to visit with friends and have some fun. And probably the passing this around.
Yeah, because the whole thing sits in this box when it's open, and you just pass the box around.
And okay. By that point, I think I'd had at least one tequila shot, so I might not.
And a margarita.
2 margaritas.
2 margaritas.
And at that point, at least 2 cider. So we might not have been as focused on social distancing at that moment. But to be fair, they've been very, very good about it in their house.
Yeah.
We've been very, very good about it in our house, and it's one little... Well, we, for the most part, we're apart. Yeah. It was sort of one little blip that we added into our circle. Mm-hmm. And they're so excited to maybe do that again, especially the boys. Yeah. They're 8 and 9, and they had a riot. Yeah. So that was a good time. We did that. And yeah, we played, it was 3 or 4 hours, because you went to bed and we kept going. Yeah. I've been on... a ridiculous roller coaster surrounding work.
Yeah, no kidding.
Am I opening up again? Aren't I opening up again? I thought I had everything settled. I actually started booking clients, and then something came up and I was like, okay, no, I'm not okay with that. I won't contact my clients yet, but I'm not okay with that. And then I thought, oh, maybe this is a different solution. I can go to a different place and then check that out. And no, that's not going to work. And then, okay, well, I'll go back. I can probably deal with that other issue. And then today we went to like really nail things down, and I was all for it. Let's do it. And then something just, there was a vibe, and I just said no. So at this point, I have not contacted my clients yet. So Carrie, if you're watching, hopefully I'll contact you before you see this. I'm not going to be reopening at this point. I haven't completely ruled it out, but I need to, it's going to take some work for me to find something that works, and I'm not going to rush into it right this minute.
Yeah.
So that's been like, and just anxiety about everything.
Yeah, no kidding.
Going out to do things, I've got my mask on, no one else does. Now they're saying if everyone wears a mask, like that's the best thing. You're not protecting yourself, you're protecting other people. And it's easy to say, well, I don't have it, but that's the thing, is we just don't know.
Yeah.
And trying to do the right thing and trying to be a good example.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, yeah. So that's just kind of things that have been happening, around. What about, have you got anything going on? How have you been feeling getting out and about?
Anxious. Anxious mainly. Trying to keep it to a minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny too, the whole, the not sort of traveling far from home.
Yeah.
I think people are struggling even with that.
Yeah, no kidding.
I can't remember who I was talking to, and I know, it was some people who were coming up from Vancouver who were going to be coming up here. They said, oh yeah, the family's coming up. And I was like, the thing is they're doctors.
Yeah.
And it's like, they're doctors and they're going like directly against the advice.
Yeah.
Of staying near home. And it's not about staying in your own province. It's about potentially spreading between communities.
Yeah.
Or about getting sick in a different community.
And bringing it back.
Well, and putting a strain on their medical system. And I know we're in good shape right now. I know that. We're in good shape right now, but I think I know everyone's sick of it, but the reality is find a way around it, because sick of it or not, this is what we have to do.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to be a chain in passing it on to someone else.
No kidding, yeah. That's one of my biggest fears.
Well, exactly, right? I don't want to be part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, if I get sick, I get sick, and we'll have to deal with that.
Yeah.
It's not ideal either. I don't want to be part of that problem either, but I don't want to be potentially asymptomatic.
Yeah. That's one of my biggest worries, is being asymptomatic and passing it to someone else.
Without realizing it. Being like, I'm good. Yeah. Anyway.
Because that's a thing that can happen.
Blah.
You can have the disease and not even know it. Anyway.
Yeah. So, and if you're if you're from BC, please go and fill out the survey on the BC CDC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, BC CDC survey. Just type that into your favorite search engine. You should find it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess that's
about it.
I guess that's it. Oh, but it was so nice to go to the yarn shop today.
Oh, it was. Now it's raining.
That's okay. It's been really humid. I can feel it's cooled down just a smidge even in the last 3 minutes. So.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, thank you for joining us today.
And I can honestly say we will not have one of these next week. We won't be knit casting next week.
Yeah.
But probably the following week.
Yeah, we're taking a week off.
And then we'll have news.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Surprise!
Thank you for joining us this week. Please remember to like, comment, and share this video around to your friends. It really helps us grow and reach a larger audience. Join us on Ravelry, follow us on Instagram, Close Knit Family Knitcast. Join us on Ravelry. All the information for that will be on the end card and in the description. And as always, keep your knitting close and your family closer. Bye.